About 10:45 this morning, race fans are already in line waiting to get their tickets and get in their seats. There is a lot of excitement building around PV here tonight. We've got 39 drivers signed in the pit area, 15 of them making their Path Valley Speedway debut, including 9 of the full-time high rollers have never seen this place as well. We've got 6 drivers also making their high limit racing debut here this evening as well. So a lot of firsts tonight at Path Valley Speedway Park. Here is a look at the weather forecast. It is a perfect night. My name is Chase Rodman, by the way, if I did not mention that earlier on. We'll be joined by Tony Laporta here in just a few moments. But the weather forecast, it looks fantastic. As you could tell from our drone shot here above the quarter mile, as you can see, I mean, it is absolutely jam-packed here, not only in the grandstands, but the parking lot, in the pit area as well. There is that forecast, 82 degrees, 7-mile-per-hour winds, and a few clouds around the area here tonight. Could not ask for better weather conditions for tonight's event with Kubota High Limit Racing for race number 46 of 51 in 2025. Here is a look at the order of events for tonight. Hot laps and qualifying. First thing you'll see out on the racetrack, each driver will get 2 laps on the racetrack, and their best lap will set them up for one of 4 heat races later on in the program, which will be 8 laps in distance. The top 5 will transfer from the heat races to the A main. The rest will go to the B main or the C main. A dash for 7 laps will set the first couple of rows of the feature, and then of course that A main will pay $12,000 to win and be a 35-lap feature, which is going to be a fast and furious feature because we know that the track record here is sub 10 seconds, so it is going to be high-paced action here this evening. Here's a look at the notable entries for tonight. Of course, we've got Ryan Timms on there. He is the defending Knoxville Nationals champion. Ashton Torgerson's on the list in the Shark Racing 1A. Brady Bacon, he is a former winner here during Pennsylvania Speed Week at Path Valley. Chase Dietz, he was the winner earlier this year at PA Speed Week. Danny Dietrich, Hunter Schoenberg from the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series Tour is here as well. Caleb Johnson, Ryan Smith, Gage Polkerbeck, Logan Wagner, just a couple of the drivers that are in this 39-car field here this evening. Here are some of the track facts that you need to know. Opened back in 1987. We're here in Spring Run, PA. There's not much around here, as you could tell from our drone shot. You just kind of start driving a little bit down a couple back roads, and here you are. A racetrack pops up out of nowhere, quarter mile in length, and we mentioned the track record was set by Rico Abreu at a 9.693 back on July 2nd of 2017. And so we'll see if that track record is in jeopardy here this evening, but no doubt we will be maybe seeing some sub 10 second laps here this afternoon. Now let's take a look at this as well. We in 2025 you are able to wager on Kubota High Limit Racing events and play for real cash. Here are the odds for tonight. Rico Abreu, he is the favorite at plus 135. You've got Aaron Reitzel on there at plus 264. Brad Sweet at plus 401. Dason Pursley into the top 4 for the odds this evening at plus 830. Justin Peck, Ryan Timms, Giovanni Salzi. I'm going to go with the Rodman risk tonight of Brent Marks at plus 2226, 2226 on the odds for Brent Marks. He is a 2-time Path Valley Speedway Park winner, coming in off of a podium run last night at the Bridgeport Speedway, and I got a good feeling about Brent Marks here this evening. He has been very good at this small racetrack in the past, and his odds look pretty solid as well. If you want to play, go to nxtbets.com/playhlr. Now, last night, we know that Danny Sams was able to pick up that first ever National Touring Sprint Car win, and a very, very funny picture that he was able to post up here on Facebook. Check this out. He had the Kubota High Limit Racing trophy laying in bed with him last night. The picture got something like 2,000 plus likes on Facebook. Just absolutely fantastic last night from Danny Sams. A great interview after the race, a great interview with his mom, Tina, his dad, Danny Sams II, on After the Checkers with Brian Walker last night. It was just a storybook win. Of course, Danny mentioned in his interview that if the race had to get shortened, somebody needed to win, so why wouldn't it be us? And Danny Sams III, the Florida man, able to take down the 12. Transport vehicle too much tonight. any type of incident, it's a pretty small infield down there for you.
That's why I brought my Chevrolets and my running shoes. The On Clouds are ready to go. It is a very small infield, not a lot of ground to cover. We still have our JT Power Sports Pit Reporter transport vehicle. Should anything go crazy, we've got to get back to the pits. But we're hoping to keep everything localized down here in the infield. I am super happy to be back here at Path Valley. I made my first trip back here in 2021 with the United States Auto Club for a non-wing 410 sprint car race. And back then I remember seeing that place, and I remember the way I felt then is the same way I feel tonight. Wow, I can't believe we're gonna put 410 sprint cars on this tiny little bull ring. So I'm super excited to see wing cars get out here and do battle. It's always fun when we get to come here to Path Valley. Tight, narrow, racy little joint, and in a really cool part of the state of Pennsylvania. Beautiful scenery all the way around. Our cell phones don't work, so if you're trying to get in touch with anybody involved with Kubota High Limit Racing here this evening, odds are, unless we are at the command center or a Teams hauler with Wi-Fi, nobody's getting any phone calls or text messages out. Someone who's not really worried about sending text messages or keeping up with the modern world and all those inconveniences is Jacob Allen. We love Jacob Allen here at Kubota High Limit Racing. He is a guy that marches to the beat of his own drummer. He does things his own way. He's out of the driver's seat. He's turning wrenches on that Shark Racing famed 1A. A little while earlier back in the pit area, I was able to catch up with last year's Kubota High Limit High Roller, who's teaming up with Ashton Torgerson in his dad's famous 1A.
So when you come to Pennsylvania, you run into all kinds of colorful characters. This is one of the most colorful characters. And look at all the colors on his shirt. Crew Chief Jacob Allen, full-time high roller last year. We miss you. Most importantly, how you been?
I've been good. I miss seeing all you guys. It's good to see you guys when I do, go to the high limit races and stuff like that. But so far, good.
So you got Ashton Torgerson, the up-and-comer here in the 1A. You, your dad, you guys got the car out. You've been hitting different tracks, hitting different series. So what's it like going from the driver to the crew chief?
Yeah, I really didn't know what to expect with all that, to be honest with you. I thought it'd be like maybe a little more relaxing, not being behind the seat, but honestly, working on the car, I feel super nervous, watching, you don't have any control. I have no control over, how Ashton's going to race the racetrack or race the car, but Ashton does a great job, and it's just nerve-wracking, but it's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. I would say, I've been so used to racing, just being a driver and long seasons and this and that. So this year's been probably the most learning year I've had in my life. I've got to learn so much about the race car and just different things with all that, and it's been a lot of fun.
You're styling, you're flying, you're high profiling in those shades. You look good. You're staying loose with the football. I came around the corner and this thing came darting right at me. You had it on a tightrope. It was a spiral, and I pulled it out of the air. What else are you doing during your free time to stay loose? You just told me you're playing some adult soccer. That's exciting. You were working on a go-kart for Kevin Marston?
Kevin Marston.
Wow, anything else going on in your life that we need to know about?
Adult flag football.
Adult flag football, adult soccer, and setting up go-karts.
Yeah, so during the week, I've accidentally became a full-time adult athlete. And soccer is a terrible idea. I've never played a game of soccer in my life until this past week, and they put me on goalie. I had 7 kids booking it down the field, scoring goals on me. We're down 3-0 in the first 2 minutes. Put me at goalie.
You're not wide enough.
I didn't know anything about goalie. I'd come out on the field and say, hey boys, I've never played a game of soccer in my entire life. They say, how about goalie? I say, I've caught a couple footballs in my life. And
same thing.
Right, so in 2 minutes, we're down 3-0 and I'm on the bench and I haven't been back for soccer since.
Yeah.
But we're out here practicing the flag football, hitting some routes, and Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, under the lights, prime time flag football.
I miss having you in the pits for so many reasons, but your stories are definitely at the top of that list. I could talk to you all day. We got to wrap this up. We're about ready to go on track here with Hot Laps. Thanks for talking to us, and man, great to see you.
Great to see you, buddy.
That's how you shake a football.
Always so much fun to catch up with Jacob Allen. That's one of the highlights of Kubota High Limit Racing. It's all about different people, and it's all about different locations. Tonight, a new location for the series. High Limit Racing gets ready to tackle Path Valley. Hot laps are coming up next, live on FloRacing.
The first group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps hits the racetrack now at Path Valley Speedway Park. The first car you see on your screen making his Path Valley Speedway debut tonight in the Pella Avanti Windows and Doors Big Spring Car Wash Water Treatment by Design. Juniata Concrete number 13 from Locust Grove, Oklahoma. It's Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley in the 13. And the PA Speed Week winner here earlier this year from York, Pennsylvania, the Mountain Ridge Metals, Hohenschel Welding, Traco Manufacturing, GL Capital number 23. It's Chase Dietz. Chase Dietz in the 23. And a World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contenders also on the racetrack. He is from Sykeston, Missouri, and the T-Take Concrete, Maxim Trucking, Logan Contractor Supply, Zipbonds number 55V. It's 100% Hunter Schurenberg. Hunter Schurenberg in the 55V. And from Wellsville, Pennsylvania, driving the Dynatech Controls, Pigeon Hill Designs, Bo Hunter Superstore, number 99M, Kyle Moody. Kyle Moody in the 99M. From Evans City, Pennsylvania, driving the Superior Tank and Trailer, Ravens Trailer, Tony Burke Trucking, 27 Manufacturing, number 22. It's Brandon Spithaller. Brandon Spithaller in the 22. And making his High Limit Racing debut here tonight from York, Pennsylvania, the NGM Electric, White Combs Farm Equipment, Schaefer's Lawn, LRM Masonry, number 38. That is Brett Strickler. Brett Strickler in the 38. And the final driver in this session from Warrington, Pennsylvania, the Karma Industrial Services, Bloss Plumbing, Glendale Labradors, A.H. Cornell & Son 55M, Dominic Malaire. Green flag comes out on the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night here at Path Valley Speedway Park. Already almost into the 10-second, or make that the 9-second bracket. Dason Pursley at a 10.041. Now Schurenberg to a 10.010. White flag already coming out. A quick session here in group number 1. Now Dason Pursley is into the 9-second bracket, 9.817. At the conclusion of session number 1, we've got 3 drivers in the 9-second bracket, led by Dason Pursley, a 9.817 second lap time. Hunter Scherberg in second, a 9.945, and Brandon Spithaler in third, and a 9.987, followed by Kyle Moody at 10.067, and Chase Dietz in fifth at a 10.100. Rolling into session number 2 as the drivers pull onto the back straightaway. The first car you see on your screen from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, driving the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. And the 2025 Knoxville Nationals champion, also on the Speedway from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Hampel Oil, Joel Pitch and Trucking, Raw Machinery, CP Mining and Excavating, number 10. It's Ryan Timms. Ryan Timms in the number 10. From Harrisonville, Pennsylvania, driving the Sanner Brothers, Mac McGee Motorsports, John Ott Racing, Coleman Farms, number 55, Logan Wagner. Logan Wagner in the 55. And making his Highland Racing debut tonight from Enola, Pennsylvania, in the Water Treatment by Design, Tracy's Notary Service, Credit Connection Auto Sales, Tim Piper State Farm, number 2D, Jordan Givler. Jordan Givler in the 2D. From Clute, Texas, in the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC Global American Table, Bargain Barn, number 87, that is Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. And another driver making his Highland Racing debut here tonight from Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, the TC Backer, Karma Industrial, Lefevre Electric, Mark Martin Motors, number 75, and Cameron Smith. Cameron Smith in the 75. And the final driver in this session from Waco, Texas, in the All-By Your Alternative, infamous Ig Bush's Chicken, Flat Rock Ranch, Trex Decking, number 9. It's the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Green lights come on. A quick green-white checkered session here in group number 2. Ryan Timms, the fastest so far in this session at 5th quick, a 10.084. Now Brent Marks goes to the top of the board, 9.775. He's surpassed by Ryan Timms. And that will do it right there for session number 2. And the Knoxville Nationals champion is at the top of the board. Ryan Timms, a 9.626. That is currently very, very close, if not under that track record. Let's double check here. A 9.693. That is under the track record at 9.626. Brent Marks in second, a 9.775. Then Dason Pursley, Hunter Schurenberg, and Brandon Spithaler from group number 1. Aaron Reitzel, Kyle Moody, Chase Randall, Chase Dietz, and Cameron Smith. Next driver in session number 3 getting fired off from Lubbock, Texas, and the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Land, is ShopTruckParts.com, FieldPools.com. High Performance Lubricants, number 5. That is Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the number 5. And from Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania, in the Roast Post, Center Roofing and Contracting, Victory Auto, BK Motorsports, number 77, it's Mike Walter. Mike Walter in the 77. From Glendale, Arizona, driving the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Newman's Racing Engines, Triple X, DMI, number 1A, it's Ashton Torgerson. Ashton Torgerson in the 1A. And also on the track, on your screen now, there is J.J. Loss. He is out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, and the Tron Outdoor, Next Level Sign, Smith Tie, DMI, Rad Race Gear number 39. And the defending Highland Racing champions also on the track from Grass Valley, California. The Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory, Kane Curry Pro Solutions, number 49. The Big Cat, Brad Sweet. And the final driver in this session is Caleb Johnson. He's out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Hefty Brand C, Blondie Motorsports, Onsen Underground, IDSP, number 6K. Brad Sweet goes to third on the board at a 9.792. Ashton Torgerson is 7th at a 10.063. He is surpassed by J.J. Loss. Brad Sweet better on lap 2, a 9.756, up to P2 on the speed charts. And so that will do it for session number 3. Brad Sweet, the fastest in that group and second quickest overall at a 9.756 seconds. Ryan Tim still the quickest overall, 9.626. Then Sweet, and then Brent Marks, Dason Pursley, and Hunter Schurenberg. Brandon Spithaller, J.J. Loss, Ashton Torgerson, Aaron Reitzel, and Kyle Moody. The fast 10 so far, with 3 more groups left to run here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Hot Lap session number 4 is led onto the Speedway by the most recent Highland Racing winner from last night at Bridgeport out of Northport, Florida. The Global Link, Mossy Sports Advisors, NRC Truck Conversions, Tar Heel Property Group, Eastern Metal Signs. Number 24D, the Florida man, Danny Sams III. Danny Sams in the 24D. And making his season debut with Highland Racing from East Grand Forks, Minnesota, the Proceed, JW Repair, Ekman Dental Arts, AgServe, number G5, Gage Polkerbeck. Gage Polkerbeck in the G5. And another Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contender rolls into turn number 1 now. That is Cy Lynch. He's from Apollo, Pennsylvania. And the Mositis Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports, number 42. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, the SCC Trucking, PhilPools.com, Rucker Computer Solutions, Dynatech Controls. Number 17, Dylan Norris. Dylan Norris in the 17. And from Kunkletown, Pennsylvania, the Denichek Logging, Western Mountain, Black Diamond Equipment, Seeger Radiator. Number 6, Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith in the number 6. And a driver making his Highland Racing debut tonight from Jackson, New Jersey, in the Professional Design Services number 7, it's Aiden Borden. And Tanner Thorson, the final driver in this session from Minden, Nevada. He is in the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maxwell Racing Oils, number 88. Cy Lynch, the first driver in the top 10. There goes Ryan Smith to 7th quick at a 9.998. The rest of the drivers not in the top 10. Cy Lynch, his lap was a 10.066. Make that a 10.064 for Cy Lynch. And so that is going to do it for session number 4 of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And Ryan Smith, who is on a streak of top 10s with Highland Racing right now, he is the quickest at 7th overall, a 9.998 lap time. Ryan Timms, Brad Sweet, Brent Marks, Dason Pursley, and Hunter Schurenberg still the top 5 fastest so far. The 5th group of hot laps led onto the Speedway by the driver out of Rising Sun, Maryland, in the A1 Mulch Rapid Tire Arts Custom Machine, the Frozen Farmer. Number 27H, it's Steven Snyder Jr. Steven Snyder Jr. in the 27H. From Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the Concord American Flagpole, Racer Magazine, High Performance Lubricants, Macri Concrete, number 20, it's Brady Bacon. Brady Bacon in the number 20. And from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Weikert's Livestock, SpeedwayCars.com, York Excavating RV 4-wheel drive, number 48, Double D, Danny Dietrich. Danny Dietrich in the 48. From New Oxford, Pennsylvania, the Gibbsville Cheese, 87 Speed, KR Perry Trucking, X1 Race Cars, number 2, Gerard McIntyre Jr. Gerard McIntyre in the number 2. From Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Redeem Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, Routine Management, number 26. The driver is Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 26. And final car in this session, that is Justin Sanders. He's out of Aromas, California, the Four Seas Construction, Entree Plumbing, SynCal Services, S&J Lumber, Tally, Sander Engineering, number 14. Ryan Timms still with the time to beat underneath of the track record, a 9.626, as both of the Justins go into the top 10. Danny Dietrich to 2nd quick, a 9.731. Well, a new driver in the 2nd position on the time trial sheets. It's Danny Dietrich, a 9.731. He is 2nd quickest overall. Ryan Timms still showing the way, a 9.626. Then Dietrich, then Sweet, Marks, and Pursley. The top 5, we had Brady Bacon and Ryan Smith, or make that Brady Bacon and Justin Sanders. Both of those drivers inside the top 10 in that session right there. And here comes the final group of hot lappers. The first car on the Speedway in this group. He is the current track record holder and the current high limit racing points leader from St. Helena, California. The Rico Abreu, Kerr Engineering Racing, Spankins Motorsports, ArcZone.com, Jackson Superhero Foundation, number 24. It's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. From Jonestown, Pennsylvania, the Moose's LZ Bar and Grill, Heavy Equipment, C&E Rigging, Milton Hershey School, number 3Z, Brock Zierfoss. Brock Zierfoss in the 3Z. And making his high limit racing debut tonight from Manchester, Pennsylvania, the Hampton Automotive, Keller Contracting, Summit Drywall, Yoko Electric, number 41, Logan Rumsey. Logan Rumsey in the 41. And from York, Pennsylvania, in the NGM Electric, Whitecombs Farm Market, Schaefer's Lawn, LRM Masonry, number 38S, Jordan Strickler. Jordan Strickler in the 38S. From Fresno, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brand Professional Agriculture, Cambridge, number 7 BC, Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Giovanni Selzy in the 7 BC. And final car in this session, that is Dylan Cisney. He is from Port Royal, Pennsylvania. Behind the wheel, the DL George & Sons, Weston Sunoco, Langenfelter Mechanical, Beavers Auto Body, number 27S. Final session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps is green at Path Valley Speedway Park. See if the track still has some speed to it here. Will anybody jump into the top 10? So far, the answer is no. And there goes Zierfoss and Rumsey into the top 10. Rumsey up to 6 quick on his first lap. Checkered is out for the final hot lap session of the night. Brock Zierfoss, the fastest in that final group at 6 quick overall, a 9.926 second lap time. Ryan Timms, the fastest overall here tonight in hot laps at Path Valley, a 9.626, which is underneath of the existing track record, but we only count track records during qualifying. Danny Dietrich second, a 9.731. Brad Sweet third, a 9.756. Brett Marks in fourth, a 9.775. And Dason Pursley, a 9.817. So 11 drivers in that 9-second bracket after hot laps. Brock Zierfoss, Logan Rumsey, Hunter Schoenberg, Brandon Spithaler, and Brady Bacon, the top 10 fastest drivers in hot laps this evening. Next up is Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. They are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealers and the #1 Intech trailer dealers. No one sells more Toterhomes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at www.capitalrenegade.com. Should be 2 cars on the track at the same time, going 2 laps around the Path Valley Speedway Park. Their best lap time will set them up for a heat race. The track record, as we mentioned at the top of the show, was set by Rico Abreu on July 2nd of 2017. That lap time, a 9.693 second lap. And as we mentioned earlier, Ryan Timms was underneath of that record during hot laps as we now roll into qualifying. Pardon me, we will go with single car qualifying here tonight as our next qualifier is our first qualifiers onto the racetrack from Evans City, Pennsylvania. It's Brandon Spithaler, the Superior Tank and Trailer, Ravens Trailer, Tony Burke Trucking, 27 Manufacturing, number 22. Spithaler's first lap is a 10.194, 10194. His Path Valley Speedway Park debut tonight, a 5-time winner this year in 410 action. Lap number 2 is better, a 10.054, 10054. Brandon Spithaler sets the bar in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying Flight A. Next to qualify from Warrington, Pennsylvania, the Karma Industrial Services, Bloss Plumbing, Glendale Labradors, A.H. Cornell and Son, number 55M. Here is Dominic Malaire. Dominic Malaire in the 55M. Malaire a little tight on the cushion in turn 3. Lap 1 for him is going to be a 10.388, 10388. Dominic Malaire, a 305 winner here at Path Valley back in 2021. He was 13th at this year's Speedway race. Lap 2 is better, up to a 10.239, 10.239. Second quick for Dominic Malaire. From York, Pennsylvania, the Mountain Ridge Metals, Hoe and Shell Welding, Traco Manufacturing, GL Capital number 23. This is Chase Dietz. Chase Dietz in the 23. Lap 1 for Dietz. He'll go to the top, a 9.810. 9.810 for Chase Dietz on lap number 1. He was the PA Speedway winner earlier this year. Lap number 2, better, 9.702. Very close to the track record, 9.702. Qualifying next from York, Pennsylvania, the NGM Electric, White Combs Farm Market, Schaefer's Lawn, LRM Masonry number 38. In his high limit debut tonight, it's Brett Strickler. Lap 1 for Strickler is going to be a 10.407, 10407. He was 18th during the PA Speed Week 410 race earlier this year. Lap number 2, better to second quick in a 9.793. Second quick for Brett Strickler. From Wellsville, Pennsylvania, the Dynatech Controls, Pigeon Hill Designs, Bow Hunter Superstore, number 99M. Here is Kyle Moody. Kyle Moody in the 99M. Lap 1 for Moody. He'll go third quick, a 9.927, 9.927. Fourth in 2017 during the PA Speed Week show. He was third in 2013 at a non-sanctioned event. Lap 2 will slow down to a 9.941. First lap just barely better, 9.927. From Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Juliana Concrete, number 13. Here is Dason Pursley. Lap 1 for Pursley. He'll go third quick, a 9.859, 9.859. Dason Pursley, an Extreme Outlaw Midget winner here in 2023. Lap number 2, he will slow down to a 9.866. First lap better, 9.859. Third quick. Qualifying next from Sikeston, Missouri, and the TK Concrete, Maxim Trucking, Logan Contractor Supply, Zip-Ons 55V, it's 100% Hunter Schurenberg. Schurenberg is 6th quick on lap 1, a 10.114, 10.114. Schurenberg 11th in World of Outlaws points with 1 top 5 and 13 top 10s on the year. Lap 2, third quick, 9.827, 9.827 for Schurenberg on lap 2. The fastest driver in hot laps down on the racetrack from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Hample Oil, Joel Pigeon Trucking, Raw Machinery, CP Mining and Excavating number 10. Here is Ryan Timms. Lap 1 for Ryan Timms. He'll go fourth quick, a 9.849, 9.849 for the 18-time winner in 2025. Lap number 2, he'll go third quick, 9.821, 9.821, third quick for Ryan Timms. Up next from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, the Crew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19. Here is Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. Lap 1 for him is to the top, and it's a new track record. 9.589. 9.589 on lap 1 for Brent Marks. Lap number 2, he is going to slow down, but his first lap is a new Path Valley Speedway Park track record. Up next in his high limit racing debut out of Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, the TC Backer, Karma Industrial Services, Lefevre Electric, Mark Martin Motors, number 75. Here is Cameron Smith. Lap 1 for Smith. He'll go 8th quick, a 10.80, make that a 10.025, 10.025. Cameron Smith, a Williams Grove winner on May 23rd and a Lincoln win on August 23rd. He is third quick on lap number 2, a 9.737, 9.737. Qualifying next from Clute, Texas, the Falcons Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC Global, American Table, Bargain Bar, number 87. Here is Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. Lap 1 for him is going to be 8th quick, a 9.894, 9.894 for Reitzel's Path Valley Speedway debut. He was 6th in the feature last night at Bridgeport. Lap number 2, he will improve, but stays 8th quick, a 9.867, 8th quick for Aaron Reitzel. Next driver out is his high limit racing debut from Enola, Pennsylvania. The Water Treatment by Design, Tracy's Notary Service, Credit Connection Auto Sales, Tim Piper, State Farm, 2D, Jordan Givler. Lap 1 for Givler is 12th quick, a 10.660, 10.660. Jordan Givler was 11th here back in 2022 during a non-sanctioned event. Lap 2 is faster, a 10.616, 10616, 12th quick for Jordan Givler. From Waco, Texas, the all-ball your alternative, infamous Egg Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Trex Decking number 9. Here is the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Lap 1 for Randall. He'll be 11th overall, a 10.055, 10.055. Currently 11th in the point standings. Best finish this year, 3rd at Eldora. Lap number 2, 4th quick, a 9.737. 9.737 for Chase Randall. From Harrisonville, Pennsylvania, the Santa Brothers, Mac McGee Motorsports, John R. Racing, Coleman Farms, Alexander Financial 55. Here is Logan Wagner with a wheel stand off the corner. Lap number 1 is 13th quick, a 10.241. But that was an adventure of a lap there for Logan Wagner. Lap number 2, we'll see if he can improve. He does, up to 12th quick, a 10.101, 10.101. From Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Hefty Brand C, Blondie Motorsports, Onset Underground, IDSP number 6K. Here is Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson in the 6K. Lap 1 for Caleb, a little bit slow coming across the line there, a 10.306, 10.306. Was 13th with Highland Racing at the 4 Crown Nationals last week at Eldora Speedway. Lap number 2 up to 13th quick, a 10.210, 10.210, 10th quick for Caleb Johnson. Make that 13th quick for Caleb Johnson. From Glendale, Arizona, it's the Pels Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Newman's Racing Engines, XXX DMI number 1A. It's Ashton Torgerson. Lap 1 for Torgerson. He'll be into the top 10, a 9.913. Ashton Torgerson, a BAPS Motor Speedway winner on April 27th here in central Pennsylvania. Lap number 2, he will slow down to a 9.933. First lap better, 9.913. Qualifying next out of Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey and Ice Cream Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, FieldPools.com, High Performance Lubricants number 5. It is Brenham Crouch. Lap 1 for Crouch is 3rd quick, a 9.734. 9.734, 3rd quick for Brenham Crouch. Was 16th last night at Bridgeport. Lap number 2, he'll slow down to a 9.766 for her. First lap was better, 9.734, 3rd quick for Crouch. From Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania, the Rose Post, Center Roofing and Contracting, Victory Auto, BK Motorsports. Number 77, the driver is Mike Walter. Mike Walter into the wall in the front stretch. Just wheelied off of turn number 4, and he is going to slow down. His first lap was a 11.706. And so Mike Walter is not going to improve here on lap number 2, so he is going to have to take what is 18th of 18 cars so far in Flight A of qualifying at an 11.706. For the Port Royal Speedway winner earlier this year, that came back on April 19th. Two more drivers left to qualify in Flight A. As we continue on, here is your next driver out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. It's the Trone Outdoor Next Level Sign, Smith Tie, DMI, Rad Race Gear, number 39. It is J.J. Loss. J.J. Loss in the 39. Lap number 1 for J.J. Loss is going to be 14th quick. It's a 10.069. 10.069. Was 9th during PA Speed Week here earlier this year for J.J. Lap number 2 is better, but still 14th quick. It's a 10.065. 10.065. 14th quick for J.J. Loss. Your final driver in Flight A of qualifying is the defending series champion from Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Durst Incorporated, Factory Cane, Curry Pro Solutions, number 49. In his Path Valley Speedway debut, here is the Big Cat Brad Sweet. Lap 1 for Sweet is going to be 6th quick. It's a 9.786. 9.786. Brad Sweet currently 2nd in driver points, 3rd in owner's points. He was 4th last night at Bridgeport. Lap 2 to the top and a new track record at Path Valley Speedway Park. It's a 9.572. Brad Sweet in his Path Valley Speedway debut goes to the top of the board with a new track record. And we are now about to roll right into Flight B, but we had two drivers, Brent Marks and Brad Sweet, underneath of the existing track record. We'll see if anybody can top what they just put together. Next up to qualify, last night's feature winner from Northport, Florida, the Global Link, Moxie Sport Advisors, NRC Truck Conversions, Tar Heel Property Group, Eastern Metal Signs, number 24D. Here is Danny Sams III. Lap 1 for Danny, it's going to be a 10.049, 10.049. Danny Sam's a little big wheel stand down the front straightaway from Danny. He'll slow down on lap number 2. A 10.642 first lap, better 10.049. Qualifying next from Minden, Nevada in the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maxima Racing Oils, number 88. Here is Tanner Thorson. Thorson with a wheel stand down the front straightaway. He'll go to the top of the board. A 9.843. 9.843. Is this the greatest qualifying session of all time? I have no idea. But lap number 2 for Thorson is going to go better. 9.793. 9.793. Thorson now tops the board in Flight B. From Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mositis Motorsports, Ducati Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mountain Mechanical Math Motorsports, number 42. Here is Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. Lap 1 for Cy is third quick. It's a 10.442. 10.442. Cy Lynch 11th last night. He's currently 12th in the Highland Racing point standings. Lap number 2 up to second quick in an identical lap time to Tanner Thorson at 9.793. But Thorson's second lap was faster, but so he has the tiebreaker. Next driver out is making his Highland Racing debut this evening from Jackson, New Jersey, the Professional Design Services number 7. This is Aiden Borden. Aiden Borden in the number 7. Borden has a 305 win here at Path Valley 2 years ago. Lap 1 for him is a 10.186. 10.186. Best 410 finish this year for Aiden Borden, a 15th at Lernerville on August 8th. Lap number 2, he'll slow down to a 10.918. First lap better, a 10.186. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, the SCC Trucking, PhilPools.com, Rucker Computer Solutions, Dynatech Controls. Number 17, this is Dylan Norris. Dylan Norris in the 17. Lap 1 for Dylan is fourth quick. It's a 10.085, 10.085. Norris, a Williams Grove Speedway winner back on August 1st, his only win of the year. Lap number 2 is better to third quick, 9.843, 9.843 for Dylan Norris. From East Grand Forks, Minnesota, the Proceed, JW Repair, Ekman Dental Arts, AgServe, number G5. This is Gage Polkrabeck. Gage Polkrabeck in the G5 is all out of shape off of turn 4. His first lap is 11.135. 11.135. A second place run with the MSTS 410s at Houston. It's his best run of the year. Polkrabeck cannot get off of turn number 4. Lap 2, he'll slow down, of course, to a 13.140. First lap better, 11.135. From Kunkletown, Pennsylvania, here is the Denachek Logging, Western Mountain Black Diamond Equipment, Seeker Radiator, number 6. It's Ryan Smith. Lap 1 for Ryan is fourth quick. It's a 9.891. 9.891. Ryan Smith, 3 times a 410 winner this year. Lap 2 to the top and underneath of the track record that came into the night, but it's not better than Brad Sweet, a 9.596. From New Oxford, PA, in the Gibbsville Cheese, 87 speed, Kara Perry Trucking X1 Race Cars, number 2. Here is Gerard McIntyre. Lap 1 for McIntyre is 7th quick. It's a 10.191, 10.191. Gerard was 11th with high limit at Port Royal on the night before the Tuscarora 50. Lap 2 will slow down to a 10.421. First lap better, 10.191. A former Path Valley Speedway winner now on the racetrack for Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The Concord American Flagpole, Racer Magazine, High Performance Lubricants, Macri Concrete, number 20 of Brady Bacon. Lap 1 for Bacon is 5th quick. It's a 9.964. 9.964. Brady Bacon's win here came back in 2014 during PA Speed Week. Lap number 2, he'll go better, but stays 5th quick. A 9.910 for the number 20 of Brady Bacon. From Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the Weikert's Livestock, SpeedwayCars.com, York Excavating RV 4-wheel drive. Number 48, this is Danny Dietrich. Danny Dietrich in the 48. Lap 1 for Double D is going to be second quick, 9.786. 9.786, picked up the front wheels off of turn number 2. That might impede the progress here on lap number 2. Let's see if it does improve. It does not. 9.888, first lap better, 9.786. From Aromas, California, the Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SynCal Services, S&J Lumber, Tally, Sander Engineering, number 14. Here is Justin Sanders. Justin Sanders on the 14. Lap 1 for Sanders is 8th quick. It's a 10.065. 10.065. Justin Sanders, a Placerville Speedway winner with high limit earlier this year. Lap number 2 is going to slow down to a 10:1:26. First lap better, 10:065, 8th quick. From Rising Sun, Maryland, the A1 Mulch, Rapid Tire, Arts Custom Machine, the Frozen Farmer, number 27H, Steven Snyder Jr. Lap 1 for Steven Snyder Jr. is going to be 11th quick. It's a 10:269, 1:0269. Steven Snyder has only been here once. It was in a 600 micro. Did not qualify for the feature in 2019. Lap number 2 into the top 5, a 9.815, 9.815. From Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Shooting Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, Routing Management, number 26. Here is Justin Peck. Justin Peck at the 26. Lap number 1 is going to be a 10th quick. It's a 10:083, 10.083. Justin Peck is hustling that thing around the racetrack. We'll see if it pays off on lap number 2. It does not. He is slower. A 10:190. First lap better, 10:083. From Fresno, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Chosen Cars, Brand Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7 BC. Here's Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Lap 1 for Selzy into the top 5, 9.795, 9.795. Second in the feature last night after leading 7 laps. Lap number 2, second quick, 9.625, 9.625 for Giovanni Selzy. And now the former track record holder now on the racetrack from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerr Magazine Racing, Spankins Motorsports, ArcZone.com, Jackson Superhero Foundation 24. It's Rico Abreu. Abreu is night quick on lap 1, a 9.921. Rico has been here a couple of times. Got a USAC midget win in 2015. Lap number 2 is 8th quick, 9.682. Make that 9.862, 9.862 for Rico. Next to qualify in his Highland Racing debut from Manchester, Pennsylvania, the Hampton Automotive, Keller Contracting, Summit Drywall, Yoko Electric, number 41, Logan Rumsey. Lap 1 for Rumsey is 12th quick. It's a 10.075, 1.0075. Rumsey looking to improve on lap number 2. Will he? The answer is yes. 8th quick, 9.856, 9.856 for Logan Rumsey. From Jonestown, Pennsylvania, the Moose's LZ Barn Grill, Heavy Equipment, C&D Rating, Milton Hershey School, number 3Z. This is Brock Zierfoss. Lap 1 for Brock is 7th quick. It's a 9.820, 9.820 for Brock Zierfoss on lap 1. Was 2nd in 2017 and 3rd in 2018 at PA Speedway. Lap 2, 3rd quick, 9.765, 9.765 for Brock Zierfoss. From Port Royal, Pennsylvania, the DL George & Sons, Weston Sunoco, Langenfelter Mechanical, Beavers Auto Body, number 27S. Here's the mayor, Dylan Cisney. Lap 1 for Cisney is 17th quick. It's a 10.307, 10.307 for the 27S of Cisney, and he's off the pace in turn 3. So a problem for Dylan Cisney with one more car left to qualify here, and he is going to not pull off the racetrack in turn number 1. So Dylan Cisney will be credited with a 10.307 on his first lap. That is 17th of 18 cars that have qualified so far. And so he will pull off the track down here in turn number 1. That will leave us with one more car left to qualify here tonight. So Dylan Cisney not getting the memo that that second lap went in the books at a 29.739. Of course, his first lap was better at 10.307, and so race officials are asking him to exit the racetrack in turn number 1 so that we can wrap up Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. All right, our final car is now getting up to speed. This is Jordan Strickler. He is from York, Pennsylvania, in the NGM Electric Whitecombs Farm Market, Schaefer's Lawn, LRM Masonry, number 38S. Jordan Strickler in his Highland Racing debut here tonight. Lap 1 for Strickler is 15th quick. It's a 10.099, 10.099. Was 20th in the feature this year at PA Speedway. His best run of the year, 10th at Lincoln on August 2nd. Lap 2 will slow down to a 10.228. First lap better, 10.099. And so that is going to do it for Capital Custom Trailer Qualifying. How about it for the new track record holder at Path Valley Speedway Park, Brad Sweet, 9.572. Brad Sweet, quickest in Flight A. Ryan Smith, quickest in Flight B. Ryan's lapping 9.596. So Flight A, the top 10, Sweet, Marks, Dietz, Crouch, and Cameron Smith. 6th, Chase Randall. 7th, Brett Strickler. 8th, Ryan Timms. 9th, Hunter Schoenberg. And 10th, Jason Pursley. Flight B, Ryan Smith. Fastest overall, Giovanni Selzy, Brock Zierfoss, Danny Dietrich, and Tanner Thorson, the top 5. Cy Lynch, Steven Snyder Jr., Dylan Norris, Logan Rumsey, and Rico Eber, the top 10. Well, with opening ceremony set for 7:25, we do have our Fan Fest going on right now back at the T-shirt trailers behind the main grandstand. So if you'd like to meet your favorite driver, get their autograph, get a picture, buy a piece of their merchandise, and have them sign it, you can do that right now until 7:25. All of the drivers have a T-shirt trailer. We'll be heading back to Fan Fest right now for about the next 25-30 minutes before we get into opening ceremonies set for 7:25 here at Path Valley Speedway Park. Qualifying in the books. More to come on FloRacing after this.
I'm Tanner Thorson. You're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on Flo.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local dealer is easier than ever. Find them with just a tap and contact them quickly for any assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
Race cars.
Laps to go. Corner number 4 at the line. Brandon over.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes and Sprint Car Trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Was the last
One inception, DMI Racing Components have changed the game. From open-wheel suspension, steering, and driveline components to their line of Bulldog Quick Change rears, they set the new standard for innovation, performance, and value. DMI and Bulldog products are backed by the best customer support in the industry with more than 150 years of race-winning experience. Let our experience help guide you to victory lane. We race, you race. Let's race together.
Did you see us at the High Limit West Coast Swing? You got a glimpse of the craftsmanship, the precision, the performance potential. Handcrafted in America, wedge carts are built by racers for racers. Engineered for speed, handling, and durability. From the West Coast Swing to your home track, when it's time to race, it's time to get the wedge edge.
Championship, you can feel the whole different level.
This is the High Limit Room. It's the home of 24 high rollers.
I'm Tanner.
You're looking at live at Path Valley Speedway Park here in Spring Run, Pennsylvania. Ready to go for heat race action in about 20-ish minutes here. We've got our Fan Fest going on until 7:25. That is when opening ceremonies is set to begin. And while we wait, we can show you the current point standings as far as the driver's standings go with High Limit Racing, as Rico Abreu currently shows the way in that. Brad Sweet did pick up 2 points on him last night at Bridgeport to bring it down to just a 70-point margin between the 24 and the 49. Behind them, Brent Marks is in third, Justin Peck fourth, and Tanner Thorson in fifth. Then Aaron Reitzel, Dason Pursley, Brenham Crouch, Chase Randall, and Cy Lynch completing the top 10 in the current driver standings with High Limit. Now here is the owner standings, and this is what is tied to the franchise, which pays out the big money starting in 2026. Rico Abreu is also up front in that one in his own number 24. The Ridge & Sons Racing 87, driven by Aaron Reitzel, just 30 points behind. And then Brad Sweet, as we mentioned, is 70 behind in the KKR 49. Then it's Clausen Marshall Racing and Brent Marks in the top 5, followed by Rudine, Rod Gross, Tom Book, Jason Myers, and CJB Motorsports in the top 10 of the owner standings. And also, we haven't really talked about this much, but we're coming down to the end of the year, but the Rookie of the Year battle between Dason Pursley, Chase Randall, Cy Lynch, and Danny Sams III. Pursley has it all but locked up for that $5,000 bonus to be the Rookie of the Year in 2025 with Kubota High Limit Racing, a 252-point lead over Chase Randall. One name you saw on that list, he was at the bottom of the list of the Rookie of the Year contenders, was Danny Sams III, but last night he became the second Rookie of the Year contender to get a win alongside of Dason Pursley after a rain-shortened event at Bridgeport Motorsports Park propelled him to his first career Kubota High Limit Racing victory. We were able to catch up with his mom and his dad, his crew chief and his car chief, Tina Sams and Danny Sams II, last night in this After the Checkers feature with Brian Walker.
After the Checkers Bridgeport Speedway, a popular win tonight, Danny Sams III, the product of these two right here, D2, Danny Sams II, Tina Sams. Not only are you guys his parents, you're his crew, right? Yes. First off, take me through the race. What are you thinking? You feel the rain come down, lap 6, 7, and that's right when Danny gets the lead. What's going through your mind as a father and a crew member?
I could feel the rain, but it just kept going. It seemed like we kept going and going and going, and I was like, oh, just a little more, a little more. And they did call it, and I was like, oh, I don't know what happens from here. But he was pulling away from Seltzy, and he was fast. Yeah. And I felt like we were going to get it done. And with the rain, I didn't know what would happen after that.
Yep. Tina, so many parents across the entire world get to see their kids live their dreams. You get to be a part of living your son live his dream. How awesome is this?
Oh my gosh, all the glory to God, because this is just amazing. Like, try not to get emotional because you're mom, but yeah, when he took the lead, I kind of went crazy over there, and then the guys next to me are like, well, how many laps were in when the caution came out? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't care right now. So they just, when they brought him off the track, we're like, okay, what happens now? It's just one of those up in the air things, but yep. To be able to be here with him, and like, we gave everything we can to make this moment happen. So it's just amazing.
Yep. It's been a trying year, obviously. Danny doesn't shy away from that. First year, just diving headfirst into the national scene. Not only doing it as a family, but just taking on what you took on. How do you guys push through? As every time, you're like the happiest crew at the track every day. How do you guys push through and persevere with such positive attitudes?
I guess we're happy to be here for one, and we've pushed for this for a long time, and we won't give up on it.
Tony left his pit bike, but he took the key.
Hey, I just asked your mom. She gets to not only see you live your dreams, but be a part of it. How cool is it you guys get to do this as a family?
It's really cool, and it's all I've ever known, but like you see other teams, they don't get to do that, And I brag to people. They're like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, live on the road with my parents. I'm 23, still technically living at home, so whatever. I'm having fun, right?
Hey, when are we going to load up tonight? We do have to race. Are you going to show up tomorrow?
Oh, man, I'm going to try.
That's a good ending. After the Checkers with the whole Sams family, they're winners with High Limit.
Good stuff last night from the folks in Danny Sam's hauler. Of course, it's the whole family. It's Danny the second, and it is Tina Sams. And a great interview there with Brian Walker in After the Checkers. And just a incredible scene when Danny Sam's able to pick up that win last night there. Tony, the picture on Facebook with him sleeping with the trophy. Of course, we know that his girlfriend Haley's not going to be around much longer, heading out to get deployed. And just an incredible win on all fronts.
To quote my good friend Chase Rodman, last night was pure cinema. It really could not have been drawn up much better. This is his girlfriend Haley's last weekend on the road with us as we take next weekend off. Very shortly here, she'll be getting deployed to go defend our country's freedoms as a member of the U.S. military. So it's an emotional weekend for that team and that family, with Haley getting to have one more weekend on the road with us here at High Limit. And I mean, Brian did a great job in that interview talking to Tina and Danny Sams the second, Danny Sams the third's father, just about how tough it's been out here on the road. And I tried to talk to D3 about that up on top of the hill in that makeshift victory lane. Jace, we've seen it. We've had front row seats all year. That team, that family has had such a hard 2025. And anybody will tell you, whether you're chasing Rookie of the Year honors with the Outlaws, High Limit, Late Model Series, Modified Series, NASCAR, IndyCar, it doesn't matter. It's so hard. You don't know what you don't know. And so for Danny Sams III, his family, his team to break through and get that victory, man, talk about needing something at the right time. It was the medicine the doctor ordered, and wow, that was cool to be a part of last night. A lot of emotions down there in the pit area, mixed in with a little bit of precipitation, of course.
Definitely a lot of precipitation last night. For those of you that were watching and you're like, oh, well, that's not too good, they couldn't get that race in. Well, we tried as hard as we could. It just kept raining. Tony, by the time we left, we both needed a change of clothes. We were completely soaking wet. It just never stopped raining, even when we got in the car to leave after loading up everything in the command center. Now, there's a good look at FanFest. It is popping up on top of the hill behind the main grandstands here, going on for about the next 10 or so minutes. But Tony, how about that qualifying session? I know you were in the infield, and I'm honestly kind of jealous because I used to love being in the infield at tracks like this for time trials. Guys doing wheel stands down the front stretch, just driving the car as hard as they can, trying to get that best lap time. It was certainly exciting.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Sometimes I struggle with my vantage point in the infield because I feel like, having been up in the booth before, I've been a little partial to thinking you have a better overall view of the entire lap from your current vantage point. But I agree with you 1,000%. And furthermore, whether you were in the infield, whether you were in the grandstands or up in the booth where you were, as long as you had your eyes on the cars as they went around the track here at Path Valley during qualifying, I bet you were entertained. I certainly was. I was just telling our remote cameraman down here, Kyle Windsor, this feels like a track where you can't take your eyes off the cars in hot laps, in qualifying. Some tracks we go to, and this isn't a knock on any facility, but some tracks you go to, it feels like, all right, qualifying is going to roll out, and they're all going to run relatively the same line, and everybody's just going to get their 2 laps in, and with 2 or 3 cars on the track, it just gets a little monotonous. Well, not here, not during that Capital Custom Trailers qualifying session. The way the track changed in 3 and 4 versus 1 and 2, guys getting really hooked up coming out of 4. Danny Sams was staring at the sky, and everybody seemed to really be wrestling their car. You talked about Justin Peck hustling his Rudine Racing number 26 around the track. This was a very fun qualifying session. Of course, I believe that leads into just what's going to be even more entertaining heat races. But I would describe Path Valley with Kubota High Limit Sprint cars as a track you cannot afford to take your eyes off the track of. Super entertaining timed qualifying session.
Yeah, Tony, there is a pressing question that has nothing to do about qualifying here tonight. Today is National Sons Day, and I was wondering, did you put out a post to your son, Anthony Macri, today?
I was like, wow, I was struggling to make sure I understood you when you said National Sons Day. No, I have not posted anything publicly for Anthony Macri, Mac Attack, Big Mac, as I so fondly call him, the Concrete King, as others have named him. No, I need to reach out to Anthony Macri. We miss him. We wish him well. Understand, he suffered a bit of a back injury on night number 1 of the 4 Crown Nationals weekend out there at Eldora Speedway. So haven't had much correspondence with young Anthony Macri, but thanks to your reminder, I'll be sure once I get somewhere with cell service to connect with the Mac Attack here pretty soon. Hopefully he's watching live on Flow.
I think there is a very slight chance that he could be here tonight. I did hear somebody talking about that. We did see his crew chief, Joe Mooney, walking around the pit area tonight. There is a chance that Macri could be walking around as well. But, yeah, if he's not here, then hopefully he's watching home on Flow, and hopefully he can send a text. And I'm being told that Anthony Macri is here tonight. So, Tony, you can go tell him in person. Hey, National Sons Day.
Happy Sons Day.
Exactly. Yes.
Anthony Mac. There's so many people who have no idea what we're talking about, and we'll try to address that in the coming days. But yeah, if Anthony's down here, I mean, heck, we'd love to have him come down to the infield and hang out for a little bit. Everybody always enjoys it when the drivers get a part of the broadcast. It stinks not having Tyler Courtney here this weekend. He's been doing just an awesome job with you up in the FloRacing broadcast booth. And so if Mac Attack wants to come down, put on the headset, talk to some drivers, get those hard-hitting questions, ask the things that I can't, because the drivers are so quick to kind of like rough me up. They won't do that to Anthony. He's one of their own. Hey, we'd love to have him. I did see Joe Mooney walking around. He was chatting it up with his former teammate Andrew Bowman on the Casey Kane Racing number 49. Brad was just taking himself a walk to the fence to take a look at the track before opening ceremonies begin, and we roll cars out for the heat races. And I just can't say it enough, man. This is a really cool spot to come to. It's got such a cool atmosphere. You look at the grandstands wrapping all the way around us from the middle of 3 and 4 down to nearly turn 1 where the start-finish line is. And I got to say, the reaction from this crowd here right ahead of us on the front straightaway when Brent Marks originally broke through to set that provisional track record in qualifying, crowd got pretty loud. We could hear him down here in the infield. The crowd got loud when Brad Sweet did it, but in kind of a different way, if you get where I'm going with that. But the point, they're getting loud now. I think they're going, yay, Brad. That's what the B word I heard was.
That's what it sounds like from here, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah, they're getting loud.
Those are not sound effects. That is real.
Yes, that is. We don't have sound effects here at Flow, Chase. But it's cool, man. The point is, it's a reactive crowd. They pay attention. They're listening. They're getting into it when the cars are out on track. The place erupted when Brent had his great run there in qualifying, and then it erupted just a little bit differently when the Big Cat went out there and trumped him for the new track record here.
Yeah, we'll see if we can continue that type of excitement throughout the rest of the night. We've got 4 heat races coming up here in just a few minutes' time. Each of those will have 10 cars with the exception of the final heat race. They'll all be 8 laps in distance, and top 5 cars will transfer to the A main. We can tell you as well that opening ceremonies has been pushed up 5 minutes to 7:20 instead of 7:25. So we are 7 minutes away from opening ceremonies here at the Path Valley Speedway Park. It's race number 45. Make that 46 of 51 with Kubota High Limit Racing. We'll be back with more here on Flow.
I'm Giovanni Selzy. You're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
Established in 1983, FK Rod-Ends has been the industry leader for both midget and micro racing. Family owned and operated, we take pride in our products and our name because we know you value yours. Visit our website, www.fkrodends.com, to find out how you can join our winning team. FK Rod-Ends. To beat the best, you've got to use the best.
Is it all a fever dream? I'm burning gasoline. Rico goes back to the high side. Gets his way shit. The turn now, look to the inside of turn 1.
Avery to the outside. Major contact.
This is what you save your lunch money for.
Welcome to the High Limit Room.
My first car was, I don't know the year of it, but it wasn't new. It was like a maroon Nissan Pathfinder, manual transmission. I remember like if I turned too far, it would blow the power steering line off. So I had to make sure not to blow the power steering line off. So I didn't ever turn too far, but I didn't have it very long. I don't remember because there was like a cash for clunkers, you know, kind of promo going on. So my parents traded it in and got themselves a new car. And then I got the other hand-me-down, which was a Camry.
Find them assistance you need. Access comprehensive resources like how-to guides, owner's manuals, fault codes, maintenance schedules, and more. Everything you need to keep your Kubota running smoothly. Download the app today.
For nearly half a century, Power Plus has been delivering industrial-grade power solutions to businesses all across America. Whether your job site is in a remote location or you have a critical infrastructure site requiring absolute reliability, we have the expertise, passion, and commitment to keep you plugged in so you can keep building, communicating, protecting, and improving lives. We're Power Plus, and across this great nation, our people have dedicated themselves to providing you power when you need it, where you need it.
The wait is over. We are now ready for opening ceremonies here at the Path Valley Speedway Park with Kubota High Limit Racing. Let's go back downstairs to TLP.
Thanks very much, Chase. We are down here in what will become Whiskey Myers Victory Lane a little bit later on tonight. Before we officially kick off this Sunday fun day here at the Path Valley Speedway, we got a great looking crowd. Folks, are you ready to have some fun out there tonight? We really do have a great looking crowd here this evening. With that, we are ready to officially begin opening ceremonies on our racing program here tonight. So at this time, I ask all of you who are here in attendance with us, if you are able to please rise as we welcome from Racers for Christ to lead us in tonight's invocation, Chuck Zeckman.
Thank you, Tony. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this evening. We thank you, Lord, for the beautiful weather you provided here at Path Valley Speedway. We thank you, Lord, for all the teams and drivers that have come out, all the crews, the track workers, Lord, the safety officials, Lord, and especially the fans that have come out tonight. We just pray your hand of safety on everyone tonight and that you be glorified. It's in Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chuck. Fans, we ask that you please remain standing. Gentlemen, at this time, please remove cover as we honor America with the live performance of tonight's national anthem. Path Valley, would you please help me welcome to Whiskey Myers Victory Lane, here to perform tonight's national anthem, Mr. Michael McDonald.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hey, Path Valley, how about it one more time for Michael McDonald? All right, Path Valley, I can see you. Talk to me. Are you ready to go sprint car racing? Well, with that, it's time to get cars on this Pennsylvania bull ring. It's time for a Sunday fun day, and it's time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing.
Never gonna slack. You know I'm never gonna slack. You know I'm never gonna slack. You know I gotta come back. Never gonna slack, never gonna slack.
The first of 4 heat races are rolling onto the racetrack now. The first one brought to you by the folks at TJ Forged Wheels. Each heat race will be 8 laps in distance, and the top 5 will move on to the A main event with 2 drivers going to the dash. Here's the lineup in heat race number 1. On the pole from York, Pennsylvania, the Mountain Ridge Metals, Hoe and Shell Welding, Traco Manufacturing, GL Capital, number 23, it's Chase Dietz. And outside of him, in his High Limit Racing debut, from Spring Grove, Pennsylvania, the TC Backer, Karma Industrial, Lefevre Electric, Mark Martin Motors, number 75, and Cameron Smith. Starting third from York, Pennsylvania, driving the NGM Electric, White Combs Farm Market, Schaefer's Lawn, LRM Masonry, number 38, it's Brett Strickler. And it was outside from Grass Valley, California, in the Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Durst Incorporated Factory, Kane Curry Pro Solutions, number 49, that's the Big Cat Brad Sweet. Starting fifth from Sykeston, Missouri, in the TK Concrete, Maxim Trucking, Logan Contractor Supply, Zip Bonds, number 55B, 100% Hunter Schurenberg. Outside of him from Clute, Texas, in the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, STC Global American Table Cable Bargain Bar number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. Inside of row number 4, starting 7th from Wellsville, Pennsylvania, the Dynatech Controls, Pigeon Hill Designs, Bow Hunter Superstore, number 99M, it's Kyle Moody. And it was outside from Hanover in the Trone Outdoor, Next Level Signs, Smith Tie, DMI, Rad Race Gear, number 39, JJ Loss. And rolling off 9th from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in the Hefty Brand Seed, Blondie Motorsports, Onsen Underground, IDSP, number 6K, Caleb Johnson. And your final starter in his high limit debut from Enola, Pennsylvania, the Water Treatment by Design, Tracy's Notary Service, Credit Connection Auto Sales, Tim Piper, State Farm, number 2D, Jordan Givler. So 8 laps, top 5, moving on to the feature. The winner of the heat race and the fastest qualifier to transfer, that being Brad Sweet. As long as he stays in the top 5, he will go to the dash with that heat race winner. If Sweet wins the heat race, he'll automatically be on the pole of the FK Rodden's dash, and the second place finisher will then go to the dash with him. But if Sweet falls outside the top 5, that means the first and the second place finishers would then go to the dash. Coming to the green this time by in our first heat race of the night for the first National Touring Sprint Car Race to be held here at Path Valley Speedway Park. Green lights come on, and it will be the 2025 PA Speed Week winner here at Path Valley, Chase Dietz with the lead. Brad Sweet underneath him down the backstretch. Sweet is going to take the lead away. Brad Sweet from 4th to the lead on the opening lap, and he now has the ace in the hole. Sweet around the bottom, pulling away from Chase Dietz. Back behind, it is Cameron Smith fighting with the 55 of Hunter Schoenberg. Schoenberg got very close to the left rear tire there, and Cameron Smith hangs on that 3rd position. Then back behind them is the 99M of Kyle Moody. Falling back through the field is the 38 of Brett Strickler, as Aaron Reitzel is way back behind here. He's back in the 8th position. Aaron Reitzel struggling, 3 laps completed already, and 5 to go in heat race number 1 here at Path Valley. Halfway through for Brad Sweet. The last time that the ace in a hole was claimed, it was by Sweet. Can he do it again here tonight in his Path Valley Speedway debut? Chase Dietz trying to chase him, but it's not working out. He's still about a straightaway behind. Cameron Smith still in 3rd. Hunter Schoenberg 4th, and 5th is still Kyle Moody. 2 laps to go for Brad Sweet as he approaches the back of the field. Race for 3rd is still pretty close between Cameron Smith and Hunter Schoenberg. Track still pretty fast, still narrow early on the night here at Path Valley. Brad Sweet underneath of Jordan Givler gets by him here on the white flag lap, and off of turn number 4, it's the ace in the hole. He's on the pole of the FK Rodden's dash for Brad Sweet. 2nd goes to Chase Dietz, 3rd to Cameron Smith, 4th to Hunter Schoenberg, and 5th will be Kyle Moody. So Brad Sweet, in his debut at this racetrack, goes 4-1 after being the fast time qualifier. He'll automatically be on the pole of tonight's FK Rodden's dash. Chase Dietz finishes 2nd. He will also go to the dash. Cameron Smith in 3rd, 4th to Hunter Schoenberg, and 5th goes to Kyle Moody. Caleb Johnson, JJ Loss, Aaron Reitzel, Brett Strickler, and Jordan Givler will be the finishing order in heat race number 1. Kyle Moody, 7th to 5th in that opening heat race. He'll be a part of tonight's feature event with a nice charge in our first heat race.
It's a good-looking race car. Kyle Moody in the number 99 is going to get stopped right here, over here in victory lane. Kyle Moody, 7th to 5th, moving forward. More importantly, locking yourself in to an A-main event tonight. How good's your race car feel, and what do you like about it?
Well, we were a little snug there all night long. You know, this is definitely a little bit of a different path than we're used to seeing. So the guys keep tuning on and working on it. We're just here to have fun, you know. Luckily, we put ourselves in the show, and now we just got to keep working on it.
Just here to have fun. I love that mentality. Kyle Moody, good looking, number 99M race car, goes 7th to 5th. Chase, he locks himself in to the A main event tonight. And yeah, you talked about as this track begins to slow down a little bit and widen out, we're in for some really, really good wheel-to-wheel racing.
We certainly are. Heat race number 2, presented by DMI Racing Components, is next on the track. On the pole from Lubbock, Texas, and the Horizon Whiskey, Nice Crete and Landis, ShopTruckParts.com, PhilPools.com. High Performance Lubricants number 5, it's Brenham Crouch. And outside of him from Waco, Texas, and the All By Your Alternative, Infamous Ink Bushes Chicken, Flat Rock Ranch, Trex Decking number 9, Chase Randall. Starting third from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, it's the Hample Oil, Joel Pitch and Trucking, Raw Machinery, CB Mining and Excavating number 10, Ryan Timms. And it was outside from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, in the M&M Painting and Construction, McGrew Equipment Auctions, Babs Paint, Livewire Customs number 19, Brent Marks. Starting fifth from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, in the Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Juniata Concrete number 13, it's Jason Pursley. And it was outside from Glendale, Arizona, driving the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, Newman's Racing Engines, XXX DMI, number 1A, Ashton Torgerson. Your seventh starter is from Evans City, Pennsylvania. He drives the Superior Tank and Trailer, Ravens Trailer, Tony Burke Trucking, 27 Manufacturing, number 22, Brandon Spithaller. And it was outside from Harrisonville, PA, in the Santa Brothers, Mac McGee Motorsports, John Ott Racing, Coleman Farms, number 55, Logan Wagner. To the inside of row number 5 from Warrington, Pennsylvania, in the Karma Industrial Services, Bloss Plumbing, Glendale Labradors, A.H. Cornell and Son, 55M, Dominic Malaire. And your final starter from Selinsgrove and the Rose Post, Center Roofing and Contracting, Victory Auto, BK Autos, or BK Motorsports, number 77, Mike Walter. DMI Heat Race number 2 is set to go green, this time by the chalk stripe in turn number 4. Brenham Crouch alongside of Rookie of the Year contender Chase Randall. To the green, we're underway. 3 wide down the front straight for that third position as Jason Pursley tries to make his way by Brent Marks. He will do so. Pursley now challenging the 10 of Ryan Timms into turn number 3. Good start in this one. Crouch goes around, collects Jason Pursley. Brent Marks is also involved along with Logan Wagner, and we have got a pileup in turn number 4. Brenham Crouch was running second at the time, spins the car around in turn number 4, collecting Jason Pursley, who had been making his way to the front, started fifth. It was in third by the completion of lap number 2. Also involved down there is Logan Wagner, and Brent Marks looked like he was spinning to potentially avoid the incident. We'll see a CompCam's replay here on Flow. There's Crouch, the number 5 car, as Pursley made his way by the 19 and the 10. Watch Marks right here. He actually spins out before anything else happens. He almost gets upside down. Brandon Spithaller does a 360, gets hit by the 55. It looked to me like Marks was going to spin out no matter what there. Even if Brenham Crouch did not spin out, it looked like Marks was going around. So a big pileup, and that is going to shake up the lineup dramatically in this one. Tony, it sounds like Ashton Torgerson's made up some serious ground here in this one from 6 to 3. He avoided that incident. It's going to pay off big for him.
Man, you talk about making up some ground, Chase. Great lead in to the point we want to hit on about the driver of the 1A. Ashton Torgerson made up some serious ground last weekend at the Telco 4 Crown Nationals, NK Telco 4 Crown Nationals. $300 went to the driver of that 1A for passing the most cars throughout the entirety of the Saturday race day at the 4 Crown Nationals. You might be asking yourself, where'd that $300 come from? No, you and I did not donate it, although that'd be a very nice thing to do. Jay Wheeler was a fan in the grandstands. He won the 50-50 on Friday. That paid $9,700, and he wanted to support a driver who made a lot of daring and exciting moves. So he put $300 up to the driver who passed the most cars. He's from Washington Courthouse, Ohio, and that $300 went to Ashton Torgerson. Pretty cool thing, if you ask me. Jay Wheeler, he won the 50-50 on Friday, took $300 cash out of his winnings, put it in the Kubota High Limit Racing Command Center, and said, give this to the driver who passes the most cars. Saturday, that was Shark Racing's Ashton Torgerson, who right now is trying to find out where he'll restart, looking like lining up on the inside of row number 2 here.
Yeah, that is going to shake up this lineup dramatically here as we're trying to figure out who needs to go where here. Jason Pursley was taken off on the hook with damage to the Boot Motorsports entry. We mentioned he was up from 5th to 3rd on the opening lap. We did not get a lap completed in this heat race, and so Chase Randall and Ryan Timms will share the front row upcoming. Brandon Spithaller is down there talking to a Kubota High Limit Racing official in turn number 4 about potentially his restarting position or potentially a radio issue on that number 22. So for the restart, it'll be Randall and Timms on the front row, then Torgerson and Walter, and then Malaire and Marks. Now keep an eye on Marks here. He was the fastest qualifier in this heat race. He needs to finish in the top 5 if he wants to go to the dash. He'll start in 6th for the restart here. So needs to pass one car if he wants to join those guys in the dash. If he doesn't do it, that would put the 1st and 2nd place finishers into the dash as Brandon Spithaler refires. No guaranteed time in the work area for Dason Persley, but with the long time to get the lineup set, it looks like they may have made the repairs on the car. I see it rolling outside of turns 1 and 2 and turning back around on the tires. So Persley looks like he's ready to go. And they are going to push him back onto the track in turn number 2. So obviously the lineup was very, very jumbled up there, and it took us a little bit, and then Brandon Spithaler had that issue as well, giving the 13 to... So Dason Persley, I'm being told, did have a flat tire. Did not see that when he came down the front straightaway. So Persley did have that guaranteed 1 minute of time in the heat race. Thought that he might have had some suspension damage, and that's what sent him to the work area. Been told by High Limit Racing officials that he had a flat tire, and so they did get that 1 minute over there. So even with that 4-car, 5-car pileup, everybody is set to restart this one. Chase Randall, Ryan Timms, back to green, and DMI Racing opponents, heat race number 2. Nice even start up front. It will be the quickest chicken with the race lead off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He shows the way. Ryan Timms in 2nd, Ashton Torgerson in 3rd, Brandon Spithaler in 4th, and Dominic Malaire is in the final transfer spot. Brent Marks gets passed by the CJB Motorsports number 5 of Brenham Crouch, and Marks is not going to be a part of the dash unless he picks up 2 more positions. Still very, very fast racing conditions here at Path Valley as Chase Randall pulls away from Ryan Timms with the race lead. Ryan Timms picks up the left front tire in turns 1 and 2. A lot of grip as we got the yellow out car around. It's Logan Wagner. The caution flag waves. So an interesting set of circumstances here, Tony. We had an ace in the hole in heat race number 1, and now we've got Brent Marks outside of a transfer spot here. He's running in the 7th position. That would send both Timms and Randall into the dash. Not very often we see both of those 2 things happen in one night.
It'd be a great bounce back for the driver from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Ryan Timms. A Comp Cams replay coming up for you here as Wagner gets wide on corner entry into 3 and 4. And then Chase, I don't know if maybe that's just a symptom of a lot of grip up there on the top of the racetrack like you were talking about for Wagner to do that half spin. But yeah, Ryan Timms had a rear end fail on them both in hot laps and qualifying yesterday. They are looking to bounce back from that here.
We'll see if he can hang on to that 2nd spot. He gets a great restart. Looks to the inside of Randall in turn 1. They get very close, and Ryan Timms takes the lead briefly. Chase Randall back to the inside. He reclaims the lead into turn number 3. Timms back to 2nd as Randall comes across the line. 4 in and 4 to go in heat race number 2. Brent Marks is gotten by Dominic Malaire. Needs to get by Brenham Crouch if he wants to be a part of the dash. Brent Marks sitting in the 6th spot, looking to track down Crouch. Brandon Spithaler in 4th, Ashton Torgerson in 3rd. And then it's your top 2 with Randall and Timms. White flag set to come out this time by for your race leader. Timms is in the wall. Timms absolutely clobbered the fence down the back straightaway. He continues on. The white flag is out. 1 to go for Chase Randall. And the Rookie of the Year contender is going to get the heat race win and be a part of tonight's dash. Ryan Timms somehow gets to the finish. In 2nd, Ashton Torgerson 3rd, Brandon Spithaler 4th, and Brenham Crouch in 5th. Chase Randall with the win. He is going to tonight's dash along with the number 10 of Ryan Timms. Ashton Torgerson 3rd, Brandon Spithaler 4th, and 5th goes to Brenham Crouch. Brent Marks, Dason Persley, Mike Walter, Dominic Malaire, and Logan Wagner. The finishing results in heat race number 2 presented by DMI Racing Components. Heat race number 3, next onto the racetrack. It is brought to you by BR Motorsports. On the pole of this one from Jonestown, Pennsylvania, the Moses LZ Bar and Grill, Heavy Equipment, C&D Rigging, Milton Hershey School number 3Z, it's Brock Zierfoss. And outside of him, starting in 2nd from Minden, Nevada, in the JST Motorsports, the Ritual, Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maximo Racing Oils, number 88, Tanner Thorson. Starting 3rd from Rising Sun, Maryland, in the A1 Mulch, Rapid Tire, Arts Custom Machine, the Frozen Farmer, number 27H, Steven Snyder Jr., and it was outside starting from 4th out of Kunkletown, Pennsylvania, in the Denich Check Logging, Western Mountain, Black Diamond Equipment, Seeger Radiator, number 6, Ryan Smith. Starting 5th from Manchester, Pennsylvania, the Hampton Automotive, Keller Contracting, Summit Drywall, Yoko Electric, 41, Logan Rumsey. And to his outside from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, driving the Concord American Flagpole, Racer Magazine, High Performance Lubricants, Macri Concrete, number 20, the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Starting 7th from Aromas, California, in the Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, Sincal Services, S&J Lumber, Tally, Sander Engineering, number 14, it's Justin Sanders. And it was outside from York, PA, driving car number 38S, it's Jordan Strickler. In the NGM Electric, White Combs Farm Market, Schaefer's Lawn, LRM Masonry, number 38S. And on the 5th row inside from New Oxford, Pennsylvania, it's a Gibbsville Cheese 87 Speed, KR Perry Trucking, X1 Race Cars, number 2, Gerard McIntyre Jr. And the final starter on this one from East Grand Forks, Minnesota. In car number G5, it's Gage Polkerbeck. In the Proceed JW Repair, Ekman Dental Arts Ag Serve, number G5. Let's take a look at what happened there in that last heat race to Ryan Timms with 2 laps to go. He gets into the wall on the right side, or left side of your screen right there. Absolutely clobbered the wall. You could see the mark that he left on the back straightaway. As Ryan Timms somehow able to limp that car back to the finish after getting into the wall big time on the back straightaway. So this is BR Motorsports heat race number 3. When it comes to buying sprint car parts, there's only one place to shop, and that is BR Motorsports. With over 250,000 parts in stock, BR only sells the best parts by the best manufacturers like King Racing Products, MST Ignition, and Kaiser Wheels. Brock Zierfoss and Tanner Thorson on the front row. Row number 2, Steven Snyder Jr., Ryan Smith. Yellow lights stay on. We're not going green this time by Logan Rumsey. Going to start 5th alongside of Brady Bacon, then Justin Sanders and Brett Strickler. Make that Jordan Strickler. And then Gerard McIntyre and Gage Polkerbeck. Logan Rumsey, we'll see if he can make his way into the show in his high limit racing debut. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen that happen tonight. We already saw Cameron Smith do just that earlier on during the first heat race of the evening. Zierfoss and Thorson to the chalk stripe. We are underway. Green lights come on. It will be Zierfoss shimmying his way to the race lead. Picks up the front wheels off at turn number 2. There's going to be a wreck down the back straightaway. Upside down, big time. 4 cars getting upside down in turns 3 and 4. Brock Zierfoss started on the pole, jumped out to the lead, picked up the front wheels off of turn number 2, hit the wall, came back down the racetrack, and collected several cars, including Ryan Smith, Gage Polkerbeck, Justin Sanders, and Steven Snyder Jr. Gerard McIntyre also involved there. He is just now getting flipped back over. Could not see him from our vantage point here up in the tower. So that is going to be a lot to clean up. Brock Zierfoss, we are being told, is out of the race car. Brock Zierfoss out of the race car walking around. And you could see the severe damage on the Moose's LZ Bar and Grill number 3Z, the damage to the number 6 of Ryan Smith, and the BJD Motorsports number 6. And Ryan Smith, he was the fastest qualifier in this heat race, so almost certainly he will not be a part of the dash here this evening. Sounds like Tony Laporta catching up with Brock Zierfoss.
Brock Zierfoss up and out of that 3Z. First of all, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's just I just got in the corner there and biked up and pulled the front end off the ground, just kind of tried to get stopped, and from hitting the wall, just tugged the wall a little bit. And I mean, starting up front, it's nowhere for anybody else to go on this kind of racetrack. So sucks everybody else got tore up, sucks we got tore up, but it's part of racing.
All right, glad you're okay. That's Brock Zierfoss. Guys, Ryan Smith is getting out of his race car. We're going to check in, make sure more of these guys are okay. We'll let you know how everyone's doing down here.
Yeah, we do see Ryan Smith right there out of the car. And the driver that was on a pretty good streak of top 10 finishes against Highland Racing competition, that streak appears to maybe be coming to an end. As you see Brock and Ryan Smith talking to each other on the right side of your screen. We do have a CopCams replay upcoming, and you'll see Zierfoss trying to get on the throttle to keep Tanner Thorson at bay. Comes off at turn 2, picks up the front wheels, has to slow down and not hit the wall, and everybody else is coming full steam ahead. Gerard McIntyre, Gage Polkerbeck, Justin Sanders. You can't even see him on the screen. He's to the left. He also nearly got upside down. Tony, you got more from the infield.
Ryan Smith up and out of the race car. First of all, are you okay? And then what did you see?
Yeah, I'm good. Wrong place, wrong time. Hate it for my guys. You know, we work hard and quick time, and now I got a junk race car. So we'll see if we can fix it, come back out to B.
All right, glad you're okay. That's Ryan Smith. He is up and out of that number 6 car, guys. We can tell you that most everybody else that at least I've seen with my own 2 eyes able to get up and out of their race car. Gage Polkerbeck standing by his race car as we continue to clean things up down here in the infield. Big incident over in turn 3.
Well, this is going to be very interesting because that was 6 drivers involved in that incident. If none of them make it back onto the racetrack, that will leave us with 4 cars left to finish out BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. Those cars are Tanner Thorson, Logan Rumsey, Brady Bacon, and Jordan Strickler. We'll see what the damage looks like, on Polkerbeck's car. He may have gotten the least amount of damage out of that incident there. Sounds like the rear end is broken on the G5, so that is not going to be the case for him, as here comes McIntyre off the track in turn number 1, and just severe damage to that machine as well. You think, hey, we're going to one of the smallest racetracks that High Limit visits all year long. There's no way you're going to have a wreck like that. Well, here you go. It's just such tight confines, such high speeds. One guy makes a mistake at the front of the field, and it collects 6 cars in the process. So Zierfoss, Snyder, Sanders, McIntyre, Polkerbeck, and Smith, the drivers by my count that got damaged. And there is a look at Polkerbeck as he is going to take the tow truck ride back to the pit area. There's the left rear's plugged full of mud. Tony, what do you got?
Yeah, I just got a chance to lean in and talk to Gage, and he is okay. That's the most important thing. He's going to ride there on the side of the car heading back in to the pit area, and he just honestly expressed some serious confusion. Everything happened so fast, and this racetrack just so short. Everything happened so fast. He was honestly struggling to remember who hit who and how he ended up where he did, but again, they're cleaning up everything down here, and it seems like everybody able to walk away. That's the most important thing as we get ready to get this heat race back underway.
Well, the big one strikes here at Path Valley Speedway Park in heat race number 3. And let's see another replay here on FloRacing, presented by Comp Cams. Of course, it starts with Zierfoss at the front, gets the front wheels off the ground, tries to stay off the wall. He does that. And then it is just a stack up of drivers beyond that. So there's the first 4 cars. And now here is Sanders and Snyder. It looked like Sanders was going to clear the wreck, and then Snyder got into Zierfoss, came down the track, and here's an infield look as well. And man, Sanders with a barrel roll entering turn 3. And unfortunately, he will be out of the race tonight in his Path Valley Speedway debut. I don't see any of those drivers in the work area, at least from our vantage point here. So I think it's safe to say most of them are going to be heading back to the trailers, making repairs, trying to get back out for the B main. Tony, what else do you got down there?
Well, Chase, we were talking, you and I, while we were here this early afternoon setting up, and I mean, you were the first one that kind of reminded me of it, is how reminiscent is this place of somewhere back where you're from, Placerville, out on the West Coast. I mean, a very tight, very racy, small bull ring here in Pennsylvania, but boy, just like Placerville, doesn't it kind of feel like things can happen here super, super fast, and there's just such little time for these drivers to react. This place seems to definitely line up with your comparison of Placerville Speedway out there in California.
Yeah, similar in size, but you know, Path Valley just much faster race pace, and the banking is much wider, and the surface is actually wider as well. The banking is taller, but yeah, I mean, similar as far as the quarter mile goes in size. It's just, man, they race completely different, and we see the 6 car now of Ryan Smith being towed back to the work area. There's a look at Zierfoss and his team working on the car. Tony, I see you looking at the big screen down there. That's going to be a lot of work to try and put him back on the racetrack for later in the program.
Yeah, you counted them up. I think 6 cars involved in that pileup there on the start, and more than likely, none of those guys are going to be able to get out here because 1 minute in the work area is all you get, and that's for flat tires. That's the only guaranteed time you get. And we got some really talented teams and crews that roll around with Kubota High Limit Racing. And of course, when you're in Pennsylvania, you've got some sharp guys behind the wheel and in the pit area, but there's just too much damage for those cars to get back out onto the track. Hate it for Ryan Smith right there. You heard it in his interview. That team showed up and showed out in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. But just one other similarity it feels like to Placerville with here at Path Valley is the track seems sunken down a little bit, not nearly as drastically as Placerville, but you've got the grandstands that wrap around you. Everybody looks down into the bowl that makes the racetrack here. The pits are elevated to the racetrack, so a few similarities. But yeah, certainly when this place is hooked up, wow, is it fast. And with that banking, these drivers just end up carrying so much more speed around this place.
They certainly do. You look at Ryan Smith as he arrives at the BJD Motorsports trailer. Entering tonight, Ryan Smith had a streak of 5 top 10s in a row with Kubota High Limit Racing, dating back to the Tuscarora 50 weekend, 6th, 4th, and 10th in those 3 races, and then he followed it up with a 6th and a 3rd at the Lernerville Speedway for the Commonwealth Clash. And unfortunately, if he is able to get another top 10, that would be one whale of a story, but unfortunately it looks like that will not be the case for him tonight after being the fastest driver overall in Flight B of Capital Custom Trailer qualifying this evening. As they go to work, starting to assess the situation on the front end of that car. So it looks like our 4 drivers that are left, Tanner Thorson, Logan Rumsey, Brady Bacon, and the 38 of Jordan Strickler will fight it out. Obviously, they're all going to transfer, but who is going to go to the dash is the question. Will it be Thorson and Rumsey? Will it be Thorson and Bacon? Will it be Rumsey and Bacon? We're about to find out. We still have 8 laps. Still have 8 laps. The whole heat race is still to go. Green flag back in the air. Tanner Thorson with the lead. Logan Rumsey able to get into that 2nd spot as Brady Bacon trails him into turn 3. Jordan Strickler sitting in the 4th position, trying to join Rumsey as a High Limit Racing debut to make the show here this evening. Strickler should have no problems with that as long as he makes the rest of the laps here. Thorson comes across the line, 2 completed and 6 to go. Brady Bacon still only a car length behind Logan Rumsey, rolling into turns 3 and 4. Still a dash spot up for grabs as the young driver to Manchester, Pennsylvania, trying to punch his ticket into the FK Roddens dash later on. Rumsey, the former World of Outlaws iRacing champion, has made his way into real sprint cars over the last couple of years. This is his first full year in a 410, and things have gone pretty well so far in 2025. Tanner Thorson opening up the advantage now. Almost a full straightaway over the number 41. Here is the 2 to go signal for the Ron Gross Motorsports number 88. Tanner Thorson into turns 3 and 4. Here comes the white flag, 1 lap to go. In an absolutely chaotic heat race number 3, Tanner Thorson has come out on the other side smelling like a rose. He'll go to the dash with the BR Motorsports heat race number 3 victory. Logan Rumsey 2nd, Brady Bacon 3rd, and 4th will be Jordan Strickler. And so there are your results. Now we need to clarify something here. Thorson and Rumsey, those are the top 2. They're going to the dash. Brady Bacon and Jordan Strickler, 3rd and 4th. But Brock Zierfoss will be credited with the 5th position, the final transfer there. It goes back to the lineup of the initial start. And so Zierfoss will be in the feature with the 5th and final transfer spot. And so those guys will have to make some serious repairs to get him back out for that A-main later on tonight. Final heat race of the evening is rolling onto the racetrack now, presented by Rod & Supply. Here is the lineup from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Danny Dietrich's going to be on the pole. He drives the Weikert's Livestock, SpeedwayCars.com, York Excavating RV four-wheel drive number 48. And outside of him from Apollo, Pennsylvania, in the Mositis Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, Mountain Mechanical, MAV Motorsports number 42, Cy Lynch. Starting in 3rd from Hanover, Pennsylvania, in the SCC Trucking, PhilPools.com, Rucker Computer Solutions, Dynatech Controls 17 Dylan Norris. And it was outside from Fresno, California. In the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliot's Custom Chosen Cars, Brand Professional Agriculture, Cambridge. Number 7 BC, Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Starting 5th, it's the current series point leader from St. Helena, California. And the Rico Abreu, Kerbag Jadian Racing, Spankins Motorsports, ArcZone.com, Jackson Superhero Foundation, number 24, Rico Abreu. To his outside from Northport, Florida. And the Global Link, Moxie Sports Advisors, NRC Truck Conversion, Tar Heel Property Group, East Rebel Signs, number 24D, Danny Sams III. And starting 7th from Monrovia, Indiana, in the Skagit Speedway Race Routine Foundation, Ford Performance, Hager Realty, Routine Management, number 26, Justin Peck. And it was outside in his high limit debut from Jackson, New Jersey, the Professional Design Services, number 7 of 8 in Borden. And your final starter from Port Royal, Pennsylvania, and the DL Georgian Sons, Weston Sunoco, Langenfelter Mechanical, Beavers Auto Body, number 27S, Dylan Cisney. At Rod & Supply, we have the unique opportunity to be involved in all sorts of industries, from auto racing and performance-related industries to farming and industrial markets. At Rod & Supply, they have the assortment of rod-ends, radius rods, bearings, and specialty products that will help you lead the field and perform at your maximum potential. A big moment here for Rico Abreu. We've already seen Brad Sweet make the dash. He's on the pole of the FK Rod-Ends dash due to the ace of the hole. Rico's going to start 5th in this one with last night's feature winner Danny Sams, who was outside, and Justin Peck, a 2-time winner, right behind him. So keep an eye on the current series point leader. A 70-point advantage in the driver's points and 30 in the owners. A problem for Cy Lynch as he is stopped in turn number 4 and talking with a Kubota Highland Racing official.
Yeah, Chase, that's Cody Hewson, one of the track officials for High Limit that Cy Lynch has stopped, and Cody's leaning in. The track officials, both Cody and Trent Henser, sometimes are pretty much every night they go out, they'll keep extra race receivers on them. Those are the one-way communication devices that every driver in the field is required to have on them. They plug those into a set of ear molds that go up underneath their helmet into their ears. So sometimes if the drivers can't hear Series Director Mike Hess talk, they will pull over. It's at the discretionary for safety, so they always get their spot back and they communicate with the official, hey, I can't hear Mike. And so those guys keep extra receivers on them. Batteries die. Sometimes there's a glitch in the one the driver has on the car. So very likely that's what Cy Lynch was communicating to Cody about.
That certainly was the case, Tony. Thank you for that. As we come to the green off of turn number 4, heat race number 4 is underway. Dietrich and Lynch get very close down the front straightaway. Danny Dietrich with the race lead picks up the front tires. He still has the spot. Cy Lynch to the inside. They get very close in turn 3. Lynch is going to spin. Keeps on going, almost collects Danny Sams. Sams falls out of a transfer spot. That gives 5th over to the 24 of Rico Abreu, upside down in turn 2, Dylan Cisney. A domino effect that started off of turn number 4 and made its way all the way into turn 2, resulting in the mare, Dylan Cisney, going upside down. In the Smith number 27S, we'll see a replay here on FloRacing, and you'll see right here, Cy Lynch gets sideways, somehow avoids Dylan Norris. Danny Sams gets stacked up. The nose wing is damaged on his car, and then Cisney may have clipped the left rear tire on Justin Peck. He goes around, flips over, and draws the red. But the Florida man, Danny Sams, definitely with some damage to the nose wing after the issue for Cy Lynch half spinning. And there goes Cisney's car, going to get towed back to the pit area. Dylan Cisney is out of the car and walking back to the pit area, race fans. So Dylan Cisney is okay. As you get a look at Danny Sams' front end, the nose wing severely damaged. Luckily, I would say this is probably one of the tracks where the nose wing is not quite as important as, say, an Eldora or a Port Royal, but still maybe going to affect the handling on the Florida man's car. See that Highland Racing official, Cody Hewson, taking a look at it to make sure it's not going to fly off when he gets back up to speed.
But Chase, isn't it kind of funny considering what we got to be a part of last night in the Sams family pit area with Randerson Racing? Rocky Anderson owns that car. Their backup top wing for Danny Sams, it's not a identical wing stickered to look like the one on top of that car. Now, it's last year's top wing. Now, of course, that's not the part of the car that's damaged. It's the nose wing on that 24D. But that story is just proof of just how limited the resources are for our most recent winner with Kubota Highland. And wow, Yeah, that thing absolutely got KO'd. But should something happen to the top wing on that 24D, they're going to last year's top wing. You don't know what the collection of nose wings looks like, but it's just more of a testament to how close these guys are cutting it, getting up and down the road, and making sure they get to the end of the season here with High Limit. One of our 4 Racer Dean Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders, Danny Sams, and his family are just a part of the grind every single night. That's how Rico Abreu described it. Danny Sams' nose wing looks like it got in a fight with a can opener, as he will try and finish this thing out, sitting in the 7th position for the restart. It's going to be Dietrich with the lead, Dylan Norris in 2nd. 3rd will be the 7BC of Giovanni Scelzi, and 4th, the 42 of Cy Lynch. Final transfer belongs to the 24 of Rico Abreu. He's got Justin Peck right behind him. But before that incident for Cy Lynch and Dylan Cisney, Rico was outside of a transfer spot. This could be a monumental moment with just a couple of races left in the season. If Rico cannot hold on to this transfer spot and falls to the B main, could be huge for both the owner and the driver points with Kubota High Limit Racing. Danny Dietrich is going to show the way back to the cone on the front straightaway, back underway. Giovanni Scelzi quickly to the inside of Dylan Norris. He'll roll the bottom real nice and take that 2nd spot away down the backstretch. And here comes Justin Peck. Peck gets by Rico down the back straightaway. That puts Rico outside of a transfer now. Rico falls to 6th, and here comes Danny Sams. He's going to look to the inside. They go side by side. Rico nearly gets hit by Danny Sams in turn number 3. Danny Sams takes the spot away. He's 1 shot shy of a transfer position into tonight's main event with a damaged nose wing. 4 laps down and 4 to go for Danny Dietrich with the race lead. Giovanni Scelzi sitting in 2nd, a close call there for the 3rd position as Cy Lynch tried to throw a slider on Dylan Norris. It did not clear. They nearly bumped tires in turn number 1. Dylan Norris comes across the line sitting in that 3rd position with 3 laps to go. Justin Peck trying to make his way forward as Rico Abreu is still back in the 7th position. This could be a night that we remember at the banquet in a few weeks and say, what could have been? As Rico's looking to go to the B main, makes his way back by Danny Sams in turn number 2, but that's not going to be enough. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go for Danny Dietrich. Dietrich into turns 3 and 4, and he is going to win Rod and Supply heat race number 4. Giovanni Scelzi 2nd, 3rd goes to Dylan Norris, 4th to Cy Lynch, and 5th will be Justin Peck. Your heat race number 4 winner, and going to the dash, the 48 of Danny Dietrich. 2nd, and also going to the dash, the 7BC of Giovanni Scelzi. Dylan Norris, Cy Lynch, and Justin Peck, your transfers with Rico Abreu, Danny Sams, Aidan Borden, and Dylan Cisney. The rest of the finishing order in the final heat race of the night. It's been a wild night already here at Path Valley Speedway Park. We've seen a little bit of everything, but we've still got a lot more action to get to here in the program, as Dylan Norris is going to stop on the front straightaway and talk to Tony Laporta. A 3rd place finish in that one will line him up in the mid-pack for tonight's feature event, Tony. Dylan Norris coming home in the 3rd position. Got to pop the helmet off here as we wrap up our 4th and final heat race of the night. So, Dylan, talk to me. Tell me, what kind of racetrack is it? Seems like you really have to tiptoe around this place early in the evening.
Yeah, we were a bit tight there. Honestly, I've never been here when it's been this wet. So, just trying to learn and just have the best result possible.
All right, that's Dylan Norris. He's putting a lot of work into this philpools.com number 17. So is his father, Sean Norris. Sean, a true jack of all trades, guys. He's a mechanic back at the shop at Cahill Motorsports in Abbottstown, Pennsylvania. Completely different race cars than what his son Dylan races. Formula cars, Indy Lights cars, Old Star Mazdas. Sean Norris, whether it goes around a dirt oval or a paved road course, Dylan's dad has got the hookup as far as the setup on it.
Good stuff there, Tony. Thank you very much. As we now have heat races completed, when we come back from this break on Flow, we will find out who starts where in the FK Rodden's Dash with a spin of the roulette wheel.
I'm Brent Marks, and you're watching Kubota High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
When it comes to magneto ignition performance, there's only one name that you can trust, and that's BR Motorsports Ignitioneering.